Have you ever woken up one morning, looked at the ceiling, and just stared for a moment, wondering, how many more mornings like this will I get to see? You know that feeling, when you open your eyes, the room is quiet, sunlight is peeking through the curtains, and for a split second, you realize, another day has been handed to you. A gift. But then, another thought crosses your mind: what if these mornings could last longer? What if there was a way to make your body stronger, your mind sharper, and your heart feel just as alive as it did 30 years ago? Here's something you might not have been told before: it's not just what you eat, or how much you walk. It's how you start your morning that can quietly decide how long and how well you live. The first 20 minutes after you wake up, those precious minutes you usually spend reaching for your phone, sitting in silence, or shuffling to the bathroom, they might just hold the secret to 30 more vibrant, meaningful years of life. Think about it: every morning, your body resets. Your heart, your lungs, your brain, they're all waiting for instructions from you. Waiting to see what kind of day they'll have. Will it be one of strength, or one of slow decline? It all starts with those first small choices. Now, I know you've heard all sorts of advice before. Eat better. Sleep more. Take your vitamins. But what if the real difference between just living and truly thriving lies in something far simpler, something you can begin tomorrow morning without spending a penny? After the age of 65, your body doesn't bounce back the same way it used to. The little things, how you breathe when you wake up, what you drink first, how quickly you move out of bed, they begin to shape everything: your balance, your heart rhythm, even your memory. Those small morning habits you've been overlooking might be quietly stealing your energy, or, if you get them right, they could become the secret fuel that powers a longer, stronger, and happier life. And here's the beautiful part: it's not too late. Whether you're 65 or 85, your body still listens. It still responds to care, to movement, to purpose. You can teach it how to thrive again, one morning at a time. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 simple yet powerful morning habits, things that anyone can do, that could help you add decades of vitality to your life. You'll learn what most doctors overlook, what many people your age never realize, and what some of the world's healthiest elders are already doing every single morning to keep their bodies strong and their minds sharp. By the end of this video, you'll understand how something as simple as a quiet breath, a sip of water, or a few minutes of reflection could become your greatest weapon against aging. So, before you move on, I want you to pause for a moment and really think: how much is your next 30 years worth to you? If you're ready to give your mornings new purpose, to take control of your energy, your joy, and your longevity, then I want you to do one small thing right now. Comment below and say, "I'm ready for change." Because today might just be the morning that changes every morning after it. And don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide, where we help you age with strength, grace, and wisdom, one sunrise at a time. Now, let's begin with the very first step, something I like to call the 5-minute wake-up pause. Most people, the moment they open their eyes, rush into the day as if life is a race. They reach for the phone before their heart even settles, scroll through messages, or stumble toward the coffee pot without even realizing their body is still half asleep. But I want you to imagine starting your morning differently. Picture this. You wake up, but instead of jumping out of bed, you sit quietly at the edge. You take a slow, gentle breath. The world is still calm. You can hear your own heartbeat, maybe the faint sound of birds outside your window. You stretch your arms a little, roll your shoulders, and simply exist in that moment, fully aware that you've been given another sunrise, another chance. This small act might seem simple, but it's more powerful than you think. You see, after the age of 65, your body doesn't react as quickly as it once did. The transition from deep rest to activity can shock the heart if you move too suddenly. While you sleep, your blood pressure drops. When you rise too fast, it can spike unexpectedly, and that's when people feel dizzy, lose balance, or in some cases, even experience heart strain. But when you take those 5 quiet minutes, just 5, to breathe, to stretch, to let your circulation wake up slowly, you're actually protecting your heart, your brain, and your entire nervous system. You're teaching your body that it's safe to begin again. There's a calm strength in doing nothing for a few moments. A wisdom that says, my body deserves a gentle start. And science agrees. Studies have shown that older adults who take a slower, more mindful approach to waking experience fewer morning falls, steadier energy levels, and more mental clarity throughout the day. It's not magic, it's simply allowing your body to catch up with your spirit. But here's where many people go wrong. They think the only way to wake up is with coffee. That first sip, they believe, is what brings them back to life. But here's the truth, your body already has its own natural awakening system. When you open your eyes, your brain releases cortisol, not the bad kind, but the kind that gently raises your alertness, fuels your focus, and gets you ready for the day. When you pour coffee too early, you interrupt that natural rhythm. You confuse your body. That's why, a few hours later, you often crash, feeling even more tired than before. So, here's what I want you to try tomorrow morning. Before you reach for that mug, before you check your phone, give yourself 5 quiet minutes. Sit up slowly. Place your hands on your knees. Feel your breath travel in and out. Maybe whisper a word of gratitude, thank you for another day. Stretch your arms gently toward the ceiling. Rotate your wrists and ankles. Feel the life returning to your muscles. Let your thoughts be soft, like a calm ocean. You'll be amazed how much clearer your mind feels, how much steadier your body becomes, and how much lighter your heart feels. These 5 minutes are not wasted time. They are an investment, a daily deposit into your longevity account. You're teaching your body patience, and patience is one of the strongest medicines we have left. So tomorrow morning, pause. Breathe. Listen to the quiet rhythm of life inside you. Remind yourself that every sunrise is a blessing, not a guarantee. And once your body feels ready, once your mind feels calm and steady, it's time to give your body something even more important, nourishment from the inside out. Now that your body is gently awake, it's time to fuel it from within. Let me take you somewhere for a moment, to a small, quiet village tucked away in Okinawa, Japan. It's early morning there. The sun has just begun to rise over the hills, painting the sky in soft shades of gold and peach. You'll see elders, some in their late 80s, even 90s, stepping out into the cool morning air. They move slowly, with purpose, with calmness. And before they do anything else, before breakfast, before chores, even before conversation, they gather a simple cup. Inside it? Not coffee. Not tea. But a warm drink of water, a touch of honey, and a squeeze of fresh lemon. That's it. No fancy ingredients, no secret recipe. Just something the earth provides, clean, living water. You see, this small ritual has kept generations of Okinawans feeling young well into their later years. They believe that the way you greet your body in the morning determines how it will treat you for the rest of the day. And they're right. Because after a long night's sleep, your body is quietly asking for one thing, hydration. You've gone 7 or 8 hours without a sip. Your organs have been working all night to repair, detoxify, and restore. By morning, they're tired. They need water to continue that process, to flush out the toxins your kidneys filtered, to wake up your liver, to tell your digestive system, it's time to begin again. And here's something most people don't realize, after the age of 65, your body's thirst signals start to fade. You might not feel thirsty, but your cells are. Your body quietly dehydrates, and that dehydration affects everything, from your memory, to your balance, to your mood. A single glass of water in the morning can improve alertness, stabilize your heart rate, and even support your immune system. It's not just a drink, it's your body's way of saying, thank you for listening. But there's a little problem. Many people think tea or coffee count as hydration. They don't. In fact, Caffeine does the opposite, it pulls water out of your system. That's why you often feel even more tired a few hours later. Your body craves clean, mineral-rich water, not something that drains it. So let me share a simple practice that could make a world of difference for you. Tomorrow morning, before that first sip of coffee, prepare a small cup of warm water. Not hot, just comfortably warm. Add a squeeze of fresh lemon, maybe a few cucumber slices, or even a tiny teaspoon of natural honey if you like. Then, take your time drinking it. Sip it slowly. Feel it travel through your body, waking your stomach, soothing your throat, and washing away the night's fatigue. You'll feel the difference within minutes. Your digestion will thank you. Your skin will look clearer. Your joints will feel less stiff. That one glass of water becomes a quiet signal to every cell in your body, we're starting the day right. And here's something remarkable, those who adopt this habit often say they feel lighter. Not just physically, but emotionally. Because it's not only about what the water does for your body, it's what the ritual does for your mind. It's a moment of calm, a reminder that you're caring for yourself in the simplest, most human way possible. So tomorrow morning, while the world is still quiet, give yourself this gift. Warm water, a hint of lemon, a deep breath of gratitude, and let that become your first act of self-care. But hydration alone isn't enough. It wakes the body, yes, but it doesn't ignite it. To truly feel alive, to strengthen your muscles, sharpen your focus, and keep your heart young, you'll need to move. Now that your body has been nourished from within, let's move to the next essential step, what I call the movement of youth. You see, the human body was never designed to be still for too long. It's like a river, when it flows, it stays clear and alive. But when it stands still, it grows cloudy, heavy, and tired. Think of your joints as door hinges. When they're used daily, they swing smoothly, effortlessly. But when they sit still too long, they begin to rust. That stiffness in your knees, that ache in your shoulders when you wake up, that's not just age, that's your body begging to be moved, gently, lovingly. I remember a woman named Helen, 78 years old, from Florida. She used to rely on a cane just to walk across her living room. Every step was a slow reminder of the years behind her. But she decided to try something different. Every morning, before breakfast, she began what she called her 10 minutes of youth. She would stretch her arms toward the sky, rotate her wrists, circle her ankles, and sway her body like she was dancing with the morning light. Nothing intense, nothing painful. Just gentle motion. Day after day, she kept at it. 3 years later, Helen was walking freely, no cane, no limp, just confidence. She said, "I didn't find a miracle. I found my rhythm again." That's what movement does. It helps you find your rhythm. It reminds your body that it's still alive. And there's real science behind it. Gentle morning motion increases circulation, sending oxygen to every part of your body, especially your brain. It helps lubricate your joints, strengthens your muscles, and even improves digestion. When you move, your body releases hormones that balance mood and energy, the same chemicals that keep you feeling younger, calmer, and more alert. This is the beauty of it, you don't have to sweat, you don't have to push, and you definitely don't need a gym. You just need consistency. Because after the age of 65, consistency matters far more than intensity. You're not training for a marathon, you're training for life. But here's where so many people go wrong. They think exercise has to be hard. They think it's about pain, about pushing limits. That's not true. Movement is not punishment, it's a conversation with your body. And when you speak kindly, your body listens. So, let's make it simple. When you wake up tomorrow, before the day rushes in, give yourself 10 gentle minutes. Start by rolling your shoulders, feel them loosen. Lift your arms and let your chest open. Rotate your ankles, circle your wrists, and feel the small clicks of life returning. Stand beside your bed, place your hand on the wall for balance, and slowly march in place. Move at your pace. Breathe deeply. Let your body wake up from the inside out. You're not trying to sweat. You're trying to awaken. And while you move, notice how your breath changes. Notice the warmth spreading through your limbs. That's life circulating again, energy that was waiting quietly, ready to be used. You might be surprised how much better your balance feels after a week. How your energy lasts longer through the day. How your heart feels lighter. Movement doesn't just extend your life, it improves the quality of it. It keeps you doing what you love for longer, walking your garden, holding your grandchildren, standing proud without pain. Helen used to say, "Every morning I move like I'm oiling the gears of my soul." And that's exactly what this is, keeping your inner gears smooth and strong so you can keep living your days with ease and grace. So, tomorrow morning, don't rush. Don't push. Just move, with intention, with gratitude. Because every stretch, every breath, is your way of telling your body, I still choose life. Now that your body is awake and your energy is flowing, it's time to feed something even more powerful, your mind. This next step is what I call the mind fuel practice. It's the invisible engine that keeps your brain sharp, your thoughts bright, and your spirit alive. There's a man named Robert, 92 years old, a retired schoolteacher from Oregon. Every morning, before breakfast, he sits by the same window with his old leather-bound dictionary. He picks one new word each day. He reads it, repeats it aloud, and reflects on what it means to him. He says it keeps his brain young and curious. And when you see Robert talk, you understand why. His eyes still sparkle. His mind still leaps from one idea to the next like a child exploring a new world. He doesn't just live, he engages. That's the secret. The brain, much like the muscles, needs movement too. Not the kind that lifts weights, but the kind that lifts thoughts. Science confirms this. When you engage your mind early in the day, reading, journaling, or reflecting, you strengthen neural connections. You literally keep your brain young. Morning mental activity enhances memory, sharpens focus, and stimulates the production of brain chemicals that prevent decline. You don't need complicated exercises or expensive brain games. True mental nourishment doesn't come from apps or puzzles, it comes from curiosity. It's the curiosity that makes you wonder, what can I learn today? Or, what did I understand yesterday that feels different now? Every time you ask your brain to think, reflect, or feel gratitude, you're strengthening the wiring that keeps it alive. So, here's a small ritual you can begin, one line each morning. Just one. Write down something you're thankful for, or something new you've learned, no matter how small. Maybe you'll write, I'm thankful for the sound of rain this morning, or, I learned that smiling can lower blood pressure. Simple. Real. Meaningful. Within days, you'll notice something shift. Your thoughts will feel clearer. Your mood will rise. You'll start approaching each day with a sense of calm curiosity, and that's the sign your mind is being fueled again. The truth is, our thoughts shape our aging. A positive, active mind tells the body to keep going, to keep growing, to keep discovering. And it all starts with one mindful morning thought. Because when your mind stays alive, every day becomes an opportunity, not just another date on the calendar. But there's one more step, one final, powerful habit that turns a good morning into a great life. You see, purpose is the heartbeat of longevity. Purpose keeps people alive longer than medicine ever could. There was a Harvard study that followed hundreds of seniors for decades. They found something remarkable. Those who woke up each morning with a sense of purpose, no matter how small, lived up to 7 years longer. 7 extra years of life, not because of pills, not because of perfect diets, but because they had a reason to rise. Think about that. It didn't matter what the purpose was. Some tended to their gardens. Some cared for a pet. Some wrote letters to their grandchildren or volunteered at local schools. The details differed, but the effect was the same, a spark in the morning that lit up the rest of the day. Purpose releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical that motivates you. It lowers stress-related inflammation, a silent killer linked to aging. And more importantly, it gives the heart direction. Because when you have something to look forward to, your body follows your spirit's lead. But many people make one big mistake. They think retirement means the end of purpose. That life after work is just waiting out the clock. But that's not true. Purpose doesn't retire. It evolves. It shifts from achievement to meaning, from doing to being. Maybe before, your purpose was building a career, raising children, or caring for others. Now, your purpose might be sharing your wisdom, nurturing peace, or simply spreading kindness. Purpose isn't about grand goals, it's about quiet significance. So tomorrow morning, before you rise, try this simple affirmation. Today, I'll do one thing that matters. It doesn't need to be big. It could be smiling at a neighbor. It could be calling an old friend. It could be tending to your plants or writing a kind note to someone you love. Because purpose grows where you water it. And when you wake up with purpose, your body feels lighter, your thoughts clearer, and your days fuller. Purpose doesn't just add years to your life, it adds life to your years. That's the difference between existing and truly living. So, as you stand at the window tomorrow morning, your body awake, your mind alive, whisper gently to yourself, I still have a reason to be here. Because that reason, however small, is the most powerful medicine you'll ever know. And when you carry that purpose with you, every step becomes meaningful, every breath intentional, and every sunrise, a gift. Because when you wake with purpose, you don't just live longer. You live better. Aging isn't easy. There are mornings when your body feels heavier than your spirit, when pain speaks louder than hope, when even the simple act of rising feels like a battle you didn't sign up for. There are mornings when memories of what you used to do, the miles you could walk, the energy you once had, feel like distant echoes from another lifetime. And in those quiet, heavy moments, it's easy to feel like time has stolen something from you. But here's the truth, time hasn't taken from you. It has given you something deeper, wisdom, resilience, and a new kind of strength. Because it's in those small, quiet choices, the moments no one sees, that your power lives. Those 5 minutes of stillness when you first open your eyes. That warm glass of water that reminds your body it's cared for. That gentle stretch that whispers, I'm still capable. That line you write each morning, reminding yourself that your story isn't finished yet. Those aren't small acts, they're declarations. They're proof that even when life slows down, your will to live fully hasn't. You see, you're not fighting against time. You're learning to dance with it. Time isn't your enemy, it's your rhythm. And these morning rituals aren't about racing it. They're about moving with it, embracing it, honoring it. They're not just about adding years to your life, they're about adding life to your years. Because aging isn't the closing of a book. It's simply a new chapter, one where the words carry more meaning, the lessons go deeper, and every sunrise becomes a blessing you can feel in your bones. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone, before the noise of the world creeps in, try just one of these habits. Sit quietly for 5 minutes. Drink your water with gratitude. Move your body with love. Feed your mind with wonder. Remind yourself of your purpose. Just one. And when you do, pay attention, because something inside you will shift. You'll feel your heart soften. Your breath will deepen. Your energy will rise. That's how transformation begins, not loudly, not overnight, but quietly, from within. Because even after 65, even after 75, you still have decades of mornings ahead. Decades of chances to start again. Decades of opportunities to love, to learn, to laugh, and to live intentionally. Make each one count, with love, peace, and purpose. Because the way you begin your morning is the way you live your life. Let's take a quick moment to recap, because these 5 morning habits could reshape the way you age. Start with the 5-minute wake-up pause. Give your body time to greet the day slowly. Hydrate with the longevity drink, warm water, simple and pure. Awaken your body through gentle movement. Stretch, breathe, and let your joints flow freely. Feed your mind with mental fuel, a line of gratitude, a new thought, a spark of curiosity. And finally, anchor your spirit with the purpose reminder, the simple words, "Today, I'll do one thing that matters." That's your morning formula for strength, clarity, and vitality, no matter your age. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these morning habits will you start tomorrow? Is it the 5-minute pause? The warm water ritual? The gratitude line? Share your answer in the comments below, because your story might inspire someone else to start theirs. Someone out there needs your example more than you know. And if this message spoke to your heart, if it reminded you that aging can still be powerful, peaceful, and purposeful, then make sure you subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. This is where we walk together through the art of aging gracefully, with weekly insights on how to live longer, love deeper, and find joy in every stage of life. Because here, aging isn't about decline. It's about refinement. Thank you for spending this morning with me. Remember, age is not the end of growth. It's the beginning of mastery. Stay strong. Stay wise. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.